Alright, welcome back.
Welcome back. But no, that's crazy about the, how they just, oh, we're just gonna make this, and then it breaks immediately.
Yeah, immediately. It's amazing how it works. They go, it's one of the reasons why cartridges just doesn't want to seem to die, because they're just like, it's hard to copy, it's hard to make a cartridge, it's easy to burn a CD. Which is what they all say until some Chinese company makes a fucking little cartridge that connects to all the pins, and then you just connect that fucking SD card to it, and now you can pirate millions of games.
Yeah, they've done that
one
already.
thing, and it's way easier. Did that for the DS, and then the 3DS, and the Game Boy Advance. Nintendo had a nice easy one, which was just like, you just got a pin adapter, which converted your pins from like 32 to like 24 or something, and just plugged it into the fucking thing, and it would just work. Because it didn't actually give a shit, it just needed to have the correct number of pins. That's how you play Famicom games on NES players, which was just a big pain in the ass, because, like, look at this fucking NES cartridge. That's the board. It's only half the size of the actual cartridge, because they made it extra big so you could slide it in and have all that extra room. They also added, like, extra pins you didn't need. So it was just all around fucking stupid. And now you can just get, like, pin adapters and fucking plug them right in. Also, Nintendo's copyright protection is so shit that it's the reason why most NESs don't work anymore. Because if the pin 21 or something, if pin 22 or 42 or some bullshit number no one cares about,
if something's
isn't connecting perfectly to the system in the cartridge, the console just assumes that it's a pirated game and just flashes that red LED at you and turns on and off repeatedly. What I find funny too, though, is that for it to work right, it just needs to be grounded, which means that it just needs to have no electricity going to it. If there's electricity going to it or intermittent signals going to it, it will, like, cut the power and turn it back on and off, because that's its copyright protection. So if you just, like, cut that fucking leg off the fucking chip, it will just assume that every game you put into it is a legitimate copy of a game, because it assumes that everything is good to go, because it just needs to be grounded, which just means it needs to have no electricity going to it at all. So if you just cut the fucking leg of it, no signal or electricity gets to that leg of the chip, and it just assumes everything is good no matter what.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Yeah. So you can, so anyone who's like, oh man, I gotta fix my NES because the pins are bad. The pins are not bad. The chip is shit. Just cut the leg of the chip and it will work 100% of the time, every single time.
That's actually
like,
great.
Don't pay $50 for a replacement pin set that's a new refurbished pin set or custom made pin set. It's bullshit. It's nothing to do with the problem. Just cut the leg and just fucking everything you will do will run. The other problem is you have to push down.
Yep.
That's where the misconception comes from, is because when you put the game in, it won't actually notice the game until you push it down, because that's what connects the pins properly. And they're like, the moving up and down is what makes the pins not connect properly, which is semi-true. But the real problem is just the chip. You cut the fucking chip, and you don't even need to push the cartridge down. You can just put the thing in and turn it on and it will work.
Oh.
You don't even need to push it down, because pushing it down is just what's making it register, oh hey, this is in and it's connecting to the thing and it's not pirated, so go ahead. So like, if you cut that chip and you put it in, every single pin is working. Because the one pin that's finicky, because of the movement of the device, isn't being checked at all. So it doesn't care if it's up or down. You can just leave them in up, you don't need to push them down at all, and it will work every single time. It's amazing. Best goddamn system.
Actually pretty cool.
Yeah, best goddamn system.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Take it from me, a man who owns 4 NESs. It's not even the one that I own the most. I own more Genesises than any other console.
Yeah, you have like 5 of them, right?
Yeah, because I have an original model, then I have 2 Model 2s, and then I have like this shitty third-party one, and then obviously I have the HD re-release digital one they did. And I still gotta buy more. Because I don't have a Model 3 yet, Genesis, and I really want a Model 3 Genesis. Because they're tiny. They're like this big. Yeah, they're like super tiny. They're cool. They take real cartridges on real hardware, and it's not emulation, and it's good.
Are you saying emulation is not always the best thing ever made?
Yeah. I have an official Sega Genesis, but it's one of those ones from At Games, which At Games is awful, but I had to buy it anyways because I thought it was funny, because it lets you put actual cartridges in it. But it's emulation, so it sucks, but the fact that you can play real Genesis cartridges in this Chinese, shitty-ass clone console, it's kind of hilarious to me.
I like that. It's not the most practical, but I like it.
Oh god, no. They also always fuck up the sound. It's like always reversed. Like the right stereo is always like the left one, and I have no idea why they can't figure out how to fix that. Because like it's a fucking pin connector. You just swap the pins and it would work. Or just change the colors of the connectors at the end.
That would make too much sense.
No one would care because it's not like it's HDMI coming out of the fucking thing. It's shitty component video. Or no, composite video. Component's the good one. But yeah, fucking...
That would make too much sense.
Yeah, honestly, it's like absolute nightmare. I think I gotta say though, my like dumbest console I own though. You see that Atari Junior over there?
Yeah.
I don't know why I have it. I legitimately don't remember where it came from, or why I own it, or for what reason I ended up getting it. But, like, it has no wires, there's no power supply, there's no out video cables, I don't have any controllers for it, I don't own a single Atari game. I just own it for some reason. I have no idea where I got it or why I have it.
You just have it.
It just appeared in my collection one day, and I was just like, I guess this is mine now.
This is mine now.
I legitimately can't remember where I got it or why. It's been that long. I think it might have come with my PlayStation 1 Slim, because I bought a box of junk, essentially, but it was all game junk. And it might have came out of that box, and I just don't remember now. It's been like 4 years. But, that makes the most sense to me, is that's probably where it came from. But yeah, most of my consoles are like hand-me-downs from like parents. Like my first the Genesis Model 1 is my grandmother's. That NES over there was my dad's. Like they just kind of lingered forever, and they're just like, I'm gonna throw this out, and I'm like, nah, I'll just take it.
It's mine now.
Yeah, I'll just take that. Like, I was just, come on. I don't know, let's just throw it out.
I mean, it's mine now.
Yeah. Simple system. Hey, Derek, you don't tell me you've never been like, they're just like, I'm just gonna throw this out. You're like, nah, I think I'll just keep that.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I can still use that.
Yeah, I might want to touch it for like years, but it's mine.
It was mine. That's the battle music, right? And this is how it
Yep,
sounds.
close enough.
Yeah. I do gotta say, this game is a lot of just like nothing really happening.
Yeah.
Like you're just like mindlessly barreling through a bunch of floors, and then suddenly you'll like get to a room and you're just like, oh, that's right, there's plot in this.
Plot in this.
Alright.
That's why I never really understood how to play this game when I was a kid. Because I didn't realize you had to do certain things to get there. And I would just barrel through this one, and I was just like, why am I not doing anything here?
Yeah, I get you. I get that. I've done that with games too, where I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? And then you realize, oh, it's because I'm not reading anything. That's like one of my, I'm putting that on my list of like rules for making games is like try and make a game playable without actually being able to pay attention to anything you're doing.
Yeah.
Because then people like Eager After will bitch that it's bad because it didn't tell them how to do it without telling them how to do it, even though it tells you how to do it, like, right in plain text. But you're not reading it or paying attention, so you still bitch. Because I had that happen with we were making a game, a couple friends of mine, and we were in, like, the game testing phase, and the entire testing phase was just, like, people would just, like, walk by the instructions, not paying attention to any of them, and then they'd immediately get stuck, and they'd be like, I don't get it, and I'm just like... Just fucking, like, there's signs everywhere. We had to make it so that the instructions would not go away until they did it.
Yes.
For people to actually learn. Like, because just telling them isn't enough. Wait, is this a set piece? Mm-hmm. Was this what I was just complaining about? Like,
but
last
it's just
episode?
for a cutscene.
Ah, lame. The fish is my favorite character.
I was about to make that joke. Bless my soul, it's Jiminy Cricket. What the fuck are you doing here? Well, you're making fucking quacks in the middle of the whale, so what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, long story.
And that's how I got the name Geppetto, and everyone's like, whoa!
Oh, that was, gross. Oh, but I found my son, and I'll do anything for Pinocchio. Oh, anything, eh? Including getting stuck in a fucking whale's stomach? That's gross. Well, not if we're together, because that's how I got the name Geppetto.
Oh, Jesus, please. Someone help me.
I know what you mean. I don't care if I'm trapped here, as long as I have Pinocchio. He's such a good boy.
Stop! Stop!
He still tells fibs, but with a little help from me... Oh, Jiminy, you worry too much.
I don't think he worries enough.
Speaking of Pinocchio, where did he go? He was here a minute ago. Maybe he's off exploring. That boy really likes to fucking look around this monster.
Pinocchio's a weird kid, alright?
I told him it wasn't important, and I told him it was dangerous, but he didn't listen.
At least Pinocchio doesn't need to worry about drowning.
That's true.
He has no lungs and he floats.
Because he's made of wood. Yo ho ho, he's made of wood.
Yo ho ho, and a bottle of rum. You ever see that image of, I think it's like...
Oh, I learned high jump! I can now jump higher.
You ever see that image of that, it's like... I think it's Snow White, and she's just like sitting on Pinocchio's face, and it just has the text bubble, lie to me.
No, I haven't seen it, but I love it.
Oh my god, I saw it on like the thumbnail for a YouTube video, and I was like, that's kinda hilarious.
Lie to me. Oh, I love it.
That's gonna be stuck in Derek's head all
is.
day now. It's one of those mental images that once you see it, it's just permanently embedded in your brain for like a day, and you're like, oh, I hate this. But also, it's kind of great.
Yeah. The thing you had made a comment to me the other day about the change my mind. Tarzan clap gorilla cheeks.
Yeah, Tarzan 100% clap gorilla cheeks before Jane showed up, changed my mind.
I mentioned that to a coworker. Or to somebody, and they were like, nope, I can see it, but now I can't get it out of my head.
Now I can't unsee it. I can see it, but now I can't unsee it.
I can see it, but I didn't want to see it.
Classic, man.
Change my mind.
Change my mind.
That's something hard.
Sora!
Doopy!
Donald! Oopie!
Ronald! Ronald! Reagan!
I was gonna be really caught up with fondled until you went into Reagan, and I was just like, ah, it's just getting weird.
This is such thrilling combat, right?
Hey man, beats Yakuza.
You're not wrong.
Yakuza is a fun game. It's not fun when you 100% it.
Oh.
Gets increasingly less fun as you go through. Oh, speaking of which, I was playing through Spirit Tracks. I was 100%ing Spirit Tracks. I ended up 98%ing Spirit Tracks because I realized, wow, I fucking hate trying to 100% Spirit Tracks. Like, it feels horrible the whole time. You're just like, oh my god, this is just dragging forever now. This is not worth it. And then I fought the final boss, and I was just like, oh wow, the final boss is way worse than I could have ever imagined.
I remember this being a lot easier.
I remember this being a lot less shit the first time. So yeah, that was like, it's really just it's because that boss fight is broken up into like 4 or 5 fucking fights, and it's really only one part that's obnoxious, and it's when you have to volley his stupid fireballs back to protect Zelda, and it's just
Pinocchio, what the fuck are you doing in here? Jiminy was worried. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Now we have to fight a boss.
Whoa.
He was looking for treasure. He wasn't looking for treasure.
You lied to me.
What, Jiminy?
See, if you know your nose grows when you lie, why lie at all? Because they're gonna know you're lying anyway, so you may as well just be painfully honest with people at all times.
I don't know, man. People are dumb.
Like, you know, you just walk up to the first person on the street and you just tell them they will never feel love and they will be sad forever, and then just...
You continue saying that.
Yeah, until eventually they agree with you. People will learn better that way.
Put your nose.
There's something so weird to me about how Pinocchio is so blocky except for his face, though.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? It was always like, if you smoothed out his face like so much from wood, why couldn't you do that for his limbs? I don't get it.
Pinocchio!
He's asked me for this.
Oh,
Did this happen the last time?
But he didn't speak. It was all Riku being like, I'm Riku, I'm moody and brooding.
Ah. You're right, totally different game.
Yep, it is. I'm glad you remembered, Chris.
I did. I almost forgot because the castle. Easy to get there. Ayo. No, Derek, don't stand in the poison. That'll get you killed. Oh, well, don't get hit into it either. That seems reasonable. Does the stomach acid do damage? It does. Yes. Okay. Ta. The fact that he can hit you and push you into the acid...
You don't think it's fair?
...is absolute horseshit. Absolute horseshit. Also, the fact that you can't just, like, stand on the platform without it going underwater, also obnoxious.
Yeah, no, it is.
Glad we're all in agreement. Now all that's left is for the internet to agree with me.
They won't do that.
I'm sure they'll won't. I'm sure they'll consider it and then say hell no. Remember, just use the most powerful combination. 911. Help! Alrighty then. Dude, he went so hard for that Shoryuken, he didn't even get close. Freeze!
Freeze. Sir, Donald Whoopi.
Sir, Arnold Whoopi.
Just that's I think. Oh, dude, I leveled up.
Wow, has that been happening before this?
Every single boss fight.
Okay. Can you level up outside of a boss fight?
Yes. Wow. I know, it's shocking.
It's almost like this
Shocking.
game has some sort of RPG element. Let's call it, though. We'll have to pick it up on the next part. We'll see you then. Peace.